Dear you, life is not easy and no one is perfect, but as long as you're founded, grounded, and rooted in love, you'll make it. It's horrible, yes, when your mind's a messy place and your thoughts begin to race, but even in that, there is grace. It's hard, yes, trying to let go and find what is good, to think as you should, but it's possible, yes. To empty your mind of the mess, to be filled with peace and rest, but only in Jesus, yes.
Burnout could be an exhaustion of physical or emotional strength or motivation, usually as a result of prolonged stress or frustration. So if you feel like your mind, your mental health, your heart, your emotional health is starting to feel exhausted, maybe we should first look at how long you've been allowing yourself to work on your own strength, to fight on your own strength, to help on your own strength, to serve on your own strength. Because I think we mentioned in the previous video, when we're doing work, especially in the ministry and as Christians, balancing the spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, and physical, we have to remember that we can't do that on our own strength. It can't be just us working it out. Yes, we need to work, but we also need to remember that there is a God who is God, and He gave us by His grace and love the Holy Spirit, who's supposed to help us and guide us and teach us. He's our advocate and our friend and our helper. And so He gave us that gift, and yet oftentimes we just put Him at the side. Like, I know who you are, but I'm not gonna do it with you because I want to prove that I can do this. I want to make sure that I can finish all the things on my checklist. And I've been there in a way that I also want to get everything done. I also want to keep working. But I've learned to have grace for myself because God gives grace to me. And I think that we should stop trying to control everything and trying to do God's work in our lives. We can't control everything, and God is the one who holds everything in control. So if we try to keep doing His part and we're not God, we don't have the strength. We barely have the strength or perfection He has. So how can we expect to do what He's doing in our lives, if that makes sense? So I think one thing is to reflect on where you are right now. Are you in that prolonged state where you're starting to feel like, I can't do this anymore, it's so tiring, I'm exhausted? Because if you are, then maybe you've been holding it in for too long, and it's time to let it out before it gets to a state that you don't want to be in.
Hey,